All right, so today we are going to dig into Happn, a French location-based dating app, and I'll be covering 5 different areas. So ease of use, quality of matches, premium features, safety, and my overall experience on the app. Now, I will say that this is just my opinion. You may have a completely different experience on Happn. Maybe you have met someone on the app and you feel like it's the best thing ever. That is perfectly fine. So my opinion is just from that point of view and nothing more. All right, so let's jump into this. I'm going to be looking at my notes on the side here just to make sure that I'm not missing anything, but follow me along because we're first going to discuss ease of use. So there was nothing really that stood out to me about this app in terms of setup. It was very straightforward with really basic questions, nothing more that really stands out. Now, what I did find interesting about Happn is that it asks about your favorite hotspots in your city. So by selecting a location, you're allowing the app to curate matches who are of similar interest. The app needs your location information in order to really do what it's supposed to do. So if you are someone who doesn't really like sharing this information, then that's something you have to keep in mind as you're navigating Happn. It doesn't mean that the app is not useful, but you're not gonna get the most bang out of Happn if you don't use your locations. If you went to like Griffith Park Observatory recently and say, you had kind of like a meet cute misconnection type of scenario, then an app like Happn is really great. Now, in terms of overall setup, I'd say this is a 3 to 3.5 minute setup in comparison to an app like, I think it was Stir, which took about 11 minutes or so, or it could have been, Hinge. It's been a while since I've done these reviews, so pardon me. But I'd say the setup is just, again, very basic, very simple, straightforward, to the point. I'd say there's nothing truly remarkable about Happn other than, if you happen to cross paths with someone, you're able to find them. That is basically it. So in short, in terms of Happn being fairly easy to use, I would rate it a 4 out of a 5-star. Now let's jump into my favorite part, which is quality of matches. So Happn was not my favorite in terms of quality of matches. And what I'd say was nice to see in comparison to an app like Stir is that there are a lot of users. Happn says to have over 50 million users. At one point, it had over 100 million users. So you're not going to not see people. But if you're uncomfortable with meeting matches that are nearby, or if you want to expand out of your general direct area, this is where I feel like Happn is a bit of a problem. And for me, that's a bit of a safety concern. You're either one or two types. You want to meet people who are close to you, maybe in walking distance, and you love that ability to form relationships with people where you don't have to travel a lot. But then the other part may be, I don't like to date where I live and I prefer to date others outside of the city. So if that happens to be you need to ask yourself some hard questions about whether or not Happn is a good match for you. What's also missing is the ability to filter the matches based on things that you're compatible with. Happn appears to throw together people who are in the area, whether or not they work for you. And it doesn't really give me the option to tailor make my matches. Hinge is a really great app in terms of an example of the ability to kind of customize your experience. Happn doesn't really give you that ability. So you're kind of left to receive the matches that they provide to you. Another note is that I spent 3 to 4 months on this app back in October, and there were 0 messages from anybody. I didn't get any messages. I got a lot of likes, but I did not get any messages. So I didn't have any conversations with anyone. Now, I don't know if this is just by way of how Happn is kind of like a Bumble where you have to make the first move, but I didn't necessarily love the idea of having no interactions whatsoever. So for me, I didn't necessarily feel like that was a great user experience. So I would rate the quality of matches for this app to be a 2 out of 5. And I feel like that's being nice. And it's being nice primarily because there are singles on the app. So there are plenty of users. It's not like another app where you're basically not meeting anybody. But I don't know. Are these real people? Are they bots? But yeah, that is my view. I thought it was a 2 out of 5 star for quality of match. All right, so this is a perfect time to talk about premium features. So I signed up for a 1-month premium subscription, and a 1 month it says is $29.99. And I can browse a list of likes, get a crush immediately, 5 super crushes a day, refined search, unlimited likes, and browsing without ads. Now, if I can be fully transparent, I feel like premium was a huge waste of money. And I kind of felt that way as soon as I got on the app. And I paid for the subscription. I just felt like, what did I sign up for? Refined search didn't really give you any better options in terms of filtering your matches than if you hadn't paid for premium. So was it worth it? No. Also, this goes back to something I said about Stir, which is, why would I boost my profile if the people I'm going to be presented to are not going to be of equal interest? I felt like it was a huge waste of time. It was a waste of resources. I could have used that money elsewhere, if I'm being honest. So there was that. Now, there is a game, it's called CrushTime. Bit odd. What is the point of this game? You're clicking on people that you think might like you, but why? Like, really? Why? Like, why are we doing this? So I can't even talk. That's how like irritated I was with the whole experience. So with that said, and I'm not getting any messages, you would think that upgrading to premium would increase your ability to receive messages, which was kind of like a Stir, kind of like a Coffee Meets Bagel. It's like, if I pay premium, I'll have the ability to communicate with people, but I just didn't get it. So overall, premium, I would rate a 1 star out of 5. It was not it. I didn't think it was worth it. I got no benefit. Baby, I'm over it. So let's talk about safety. As you know, if you've watched any of my videos before, I am queen of being safe on dating apps. As it relates to a location-based app like Happn, you don't like to date where you live, then the safety element is going to be a bit of a red flag. Finding help, however, on Happn was very easy to find. You can send an email, you can review their frequently asked question, but that really appears to be it. I don't see a background check feature. I don't see an identity verification option. I'm not seeing much in terms of anything more to make sure that your user is protected. If I'm walking around my neighborhood and I'm logged in, or my location just happens to be on and I'm not logged in, someone who is also on the app that's nearby can see that I'm in the vicinity. That, for me, ooh, feels like a safety concern, especially as a woman. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So who would I say that this app is for? I feel like the best person who would benefit from an app like Happn would be a man. Men are plentiful on this app, so if you are looking for men, there are definitely a lot of men on this app. I will say that. On safety, Happn is a 2 out of 5. There are some features that are available, but it's not enough. All right, so how would I rate this app overall? Overall, I would say that Happn is winning because there are a lot of users. There's over 50 million users on this app. And so, yeah, it's winning in the numbers game. I think that tends to be a bit of a struggle for a lot of other apps, is that their problem is they don't have enough people on their app to make it worthwhile. So Happn is definitely winning in this department because there are a lot of really great options, but there are no assurances that the people on the app are real, that they're not bots. So I would not recommend this app as it stands today. I think that there is a lot of room for improvement if Happn were to work on its quality of matches, specifically allowing users the ability to filter and to better curate the quality of the people that they are interacting with. I think that would be best. Also, if they provided better options in terms of verifications that people are real and that they have gone through a background check to make sure that they are safe to be around, especially since this is a location-based app. I feel like that is what would make this, in my view, a 2-star app be a 4 or 5-star app. So thank you so much for watching, sitting through my quick review of Happn. If you want to stick around for more advice, check out this next video.